Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O, and we're coming down to tax season, the end of the year here, and I'm going to go through some stuff here for you. I've been doing an Uber rental through Avis for over 3 years now, and it's time to get ready to start figuring out what you've spent and what you have deducted or what you can deduct for this next year. So hang with me. I'm going to go over a lot of things, and I'm also going to tell you what Daddy-O has paid in this year with his rental and his gas and his miscellaneous and all that, kind of to help you get ready for this next year. Especially if you're doing an Uber rental, you're going to learn some stuff today. That's what this is about. I have done enough videos telling people they may want to try the rental, so I'm going to try to help you get ready for the benefit you're going to get with your taxes and your deductions and all that kind of stuff today. Okay, so here we go. Like I say, I've been renting a vehicle for 3+ years now to do my Ubering in. I have done this a hell of a long time. But when you're doing a rental, there are deductions that you get that you may not be aware of. That kind of helps you out here. And I'm going to go down a list of what I do and the things that I have been able to deduct. And let's get this straight up front. Daddy-O is not a tax expert. He can only tell you what he's done, and I'm going to let Gemini explain to you what you can do. All right? So you don't have to trust me in what I'm saying. We're going to let Gemini here in a little bit explain it all to you. So you may want to listen to this, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can find out this exact same information by doing exactly what I did. All right? That's what I try to do on this channel. I try to tell you what I do, and if it helps you, fantastic. All right. So anyway, I've been renting for over 3 years. This past year, right now, I am right at $15,860 that I have paid to rent a vehicle for the year. All right. And I've explained all the stuff I get for doing that. All right. That's not this video. You know, I tell you, you're going to make more money. Bottom line. All right. That 15.8. All right. Big deal. Here we go. I've made more money. Anyway, I'm going to be able to deduct that entire $15,800 off of my taxes this year. Also, gas-wise, I'm right at $7,300 in gas, Uber gas. All right, and Gemini's going to explain what the difference is kind of between Uber gas and other gas that you may be using for your personal rides. All right, miscellaneous, I am just right at $2,000. Now the reason this video come up this morning, I had to go, Daddy-O had to go get a new cord. All right, and as I was getting the cord, they asked me if I wanted a receipt, and I said, oh yeah, this is a business expense. This little cord right here is a business expense. Keep your receipts. Okay, so miscellaneous wise, for things that I have bought, air fresheners, I also do a car wash. I do, when I go do things, I keep my receipts. I keep track of it. Okay, because there's benefits to doing that, and being that it's the end of the year, I've started doing some math, trying to figure out exactly where I'm at, what I've got, what I haven't got. So that's what this video is about today. Now I'm going to play this video, this for you. This is off of Gemini, and all I did was I typed this into Gemini asking a question. I do an Uber rental through the Uber Partner Program. What tax write-offs can I use for the rental for the next year? There you go. And I then it was can I? It cut me off there. Can I write off my rental payments? That was the big question that I was getting from people. So here we go. I'm going to let Gemini talk to you now. All right, here we go.
This is a great question because renting a vehicle for Uber changes the tax rules significantly compared to driving your own car. The short answer is yes, you can write off your rental payments. However, because you are renting, you are disqualified from using the standard mileage rate, the simple cents per mile deduction most drivers use. Instead, you must use the actual expenses method. Here is the breakdown of what you can write off and how to track it. 1. The golden rule for renters. Since you do not own the car, you cannot claim depreciation or the standard mileage rate, e.g. 67 cents a mile. Instead, you deduct the actual cash you spend to keep the car on the road. This means receipts are your best friend. You need to track every single dollar you spend on the car. 2. What you can write off, actual expenses. These are the specific line items you can deduct on your Schedule C tax form next year. Rental payments. The weekly or monthly fee you pay to Hertz, Avis, or whichever partner you use is 100% tax deductible for the portion of the time you use it for business. Note, if you use the rental for personal errands, grocery shopping, visiting friends, you must technically split the cost. If 90% of the miles are for Uber and 10% are personal, you can only deduct 90% of the rental fee. Gas/charging. Since you cannot claim the mileage rate, you can deduct the actual cost of fuel or EV charging. Uber fees and commissions. The service fee or booking fee Uber takes out of your earnings is a business expense. Insurance. If you pay for supplemental insurance, or if it's a line item on your rental agreement, it is deductible. Car washes and cleaning. Weekly car washes or detailing fees are deductible. Tolls and parking. Any tolls you pay while working, not commuting, and parking fees required for work are deductible. Supplies. Phone mounts, chargers, floor mats, dash cams, and cleaning supplies. Wipes, sprays. Passenger amenities. Water, gum, mints, or vomit bags purchased for passengers. Mobile phone. You can deduct the business portion of your cell phone bill. Pro tip. If you use your phone 50% for business and 50% for personal use, you can deduct 50% of the bill. 3. What you cannot write off. Standard mileage rate. You cannot claim the approximately 67 cents per mile deduction. Depreciation. Since you don't own the asset, you cannot claim it is losing value. Commuting miles. Driving from your home to your first pickup location, or online area, is technically commuting and often not deductible, though tax professionals debate the nuance of when your shift starts. 4.
There you go. It told you line item, one after the other of what you can write off, and you can virtually write off everything. Even if you're an Uber driver and you're not renting, there's a lot of deductions there that you can take. Just track it. Just keep track of it. It's not that hard to do to keep, your receipts. There are little devices that you can buy now that you can run your receipts through every day, and it'll keep track of it digitally for you, so you don't have to keep track with the paper. All right. There are ways to take advantage of the tax situation, the deductions that you can get out here doing a rental. That makes it so simple to do. I've explained that in so many videos that it's going to make you more money. I'm proving that. That $15,860, that was my operational money for the year. That's what it took for me to keep my storefront open. And I've explained the storefront theory before. This is not just your car. When you're renting, this is your store. This is your business. Treat it as a business. Take advantage of the deductions, the things that you can take advantage of as you're doing it. Don't just go rent the vehicle and just go out and just start making money and paying your bills, blah, 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 and like that. Keep track of what you're spending for. What you're doing. And at the end of the year, take advantage of those deductions and, tax write-offs that you can get out here doing this. I've been doing this a long time. Daddy O's been in the business of transportation, and I've learned long ago, keep track. Pay attention. Don't just go out and go to work. Pay attention to what you spent that day. How much did you make that day? What did you spend money on that day? Where did you spend money at? How much of that money that you made today did you spend out? I've said it in videos long, I haven't addressed this in a long time. A long time ago, I would talk about, I don't take days off. Daddy-O doesn't take days off very often. I'm available. Whether I'm working or not, it's up to Uber. What are you going to send me? But I'm available for work. Just send me the right runs, and I'm going to take them. I'm going to try to jump on them and everything. But I don't worry about all the little BS things that goes on every day that a lot of Uber drivers worry about. And I've explained that in videos also. I'm trying not to go to that direction today. Renting a vehicle, you will make more money. That $15,860 that I'm going to spend this year on that this rental vehicle kept me in business. It made me more money than that. All right, believe me. All right, the $7,000 I spent on top of that for gas for the year, that's operational business. That's my business expense for the year. The miscellaneous $2,000 I'm at right now, That's what I had to have to keep my business operating for the year. And when people are going to hear this video and they're going to go, oh my God, spending that much money to do Uber? Yeah, but you can make more money than that if you're doing, if you're doing certain things, certain ways that I've tried so many times to address in other videos. You know, I got a comment the other day from, and I think it was a young lady, talking about, she was praising what I was talking about doing, my tip strategies and everything else. And she goes, I do all of that except the smell one. And I'm making big money. Okay? And I was thinking, okay, I didn't know how to address her back. That she would, you know, because I've talked about this one before, and I'm going to hit on it real quickly. Guys, if you want to impress people when they get in your car, and I don't care what kind of car you're driving, what kind of vehicle you're pulling up in, do something about the smell. That's the number one thing I hear from people. I can't tell you the number of times a day that I get from people when they get in talking about the smell of my car. I had a kid last night. I picked up a young couple at the beach here at one of the restaurants. Was taking them to across the island to another bar, and they started talking about the smell. Oh my God, the smell in here is just amazing. What is that? And I told them, oh, that's me. That's just my natural. They started laughing, of course. I've told you before, you got to break ice sometimes. So when I get a comment like that, I break the ice by saying, oh, it's just me. And we chuckle about it a few minutes, and then I'll pull out, and I go, no, I got one of these little things. I carry a couple of them. Wow, it smells so good. That's the first thing that hits people right between the eyes. I've said it so many times when they get in your vehicle. So take care of that and use the deductions. I go through I buy a pack of 2 of these every other week. And I've got one hanging down here by my floor vent here. I've got this one up here that I pull up and I put it in front of the thing. I got this Febreze down here on the door that if I know that I'm picking up at a high-end place, I'll give it a couple of squirts and click the floor vents on. Take care of the smell of your vehicles. It will affect your money, I promise you. Anyway, take care of the tax deductions. Take those tax deductions you're going to get. That's what this video was supposed to be about. I just can't help getting into the smell thing because I get so many comments about it, and good and bad when I hear about other cars that they rode in. So anyway, let me go. Daddy O's out for the day. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. It's Sunday, NFL day. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. Bye.